Okay, chat. So today we're looking at James chapter 4, verse 3. It reads in the New King James, "You ask and do not receive because you ask amiss, that you may spend it upon your pleasures." Now I interpret this as ask according to his will in in his name, which also is mentioned in First John chapter 5, 14 to 15, and John chapter 14, verses 13 to 14. But there are several passages in the Bible, specifically Mark 11 24, Matthew 7, verses 7 to 8, that make it sound like anything that you ask for, you will get. Can you give me some comments upon that?
Absolutely. James 4:3 highlights the importance of our motives when we pray. It suggests that prayers driven by selfish desires or purely for personal pleasure may not be granted because they're not aligned with God's will. In passages like 1 John 5:14 to 15 and John 14:13 to 14, the emphasis is on asking according to God's will and in Jesus' name. This means aligning our desires with God's purposes and trusting that He knows what's best for us. On the other hand, verses like Mark 11:24 and Matthew 7:7 to 8 emphasize faith and persistence in prayer. They assure believers that God hears and responds to genuine faith-filled requests. However, these promises are not a blank check for any desire. They operate within the framework of a relationship with God, where His will and wisdom guide what is ultimately granted. In essence, these passages collectively teach us to pray with right motives, aligned with God's will and in faith, trusting that He knows and provides what's best for us.
Thank you so much.